Coffee buffet. It makes even the nipples have to wipe their saliva. Glittering eyes waiting. You want to eat something that you can naturally choose. I want all. Your head is full of meat and meat. Just mention you. Her eyes glowed again. The meat doesn't stop crying. Meat is like enough to eat. After a hard time asking, they also have a full 8 pieces of meat. Laugh with pleasure. The angel in white was stunned. Why can't I eat like an animal? She sighed at the plate of food in front of her. This one looks delicious, smells good. How is this? All the Kier nobles. You can't get rid of the plates in front of you. Every guy's eyes lit up. Homemade. The true taste is hidden in the city. The child is now present. He laughed disdainfully, and the others. The guests have invitation cards. Please follow me to the 2nd floor. A receptionist came to let everyone know. The two finally took their eyes off the food. To move forward. Then she took them to the 2nd floor and opened the door. In front of them is the grand and magnificent room, with a round table in the middle of the room. It also makes people squint. Please wait a moment, the owner will come soon. All things 8 plates sparkling and luxury. Everyone must be captivated. This stuff, this wine glass is too delicate. The purple shirt came running to touch it. The fabric of this chair is so shiny. Very happy to touch. The old man was quick to touch. After a moment of surprise, the door closed. Everyone sat at the table as silent as a sheet. They also sit with their hands on their chin and look at each other. The old man motioned for the purple shirt. I know the purpose of today. Everyone here is not the same. Some people are delivering goods according to rumors. Someone has a business to discuss. Most of it is because they want to be owners. Remove by limit order, right? It's like talking about the main purpose for everyone. Make these 2 people stare quietly. I don't know what to say. Wrong or not, what are you doing here? They started talking to the buffalo head. Put your hands together. If so, I have a plan. I don't know if people want to join. How is it? Let's make a suggestion for everyone to talk. They're also curious about his plans. Waiting for the owner to arrive. No matter what he says, Ra asks. Just don't remove the purchase limits. Then we will agree. It's too scary to get close to him like that. He's a noble. Confronting nobles doesn't end well. Another person raising an opinion illuminates the mind. That's right, it's just business. I don't want to pay online. He just raised his own timid opinion. Afraid of what the purple shirt name snapped. All the talk. They all retract into a tube under the tree. A noble who wanted to develop his city. We can't help but see what our traders are doing. The words echoed from the end of the tube through the hallway. Then I went down to Liu Feng's room. So this is a remote speaker. Really modern, as long as we're tied to a rope. There's nothing to be afraid of. That's right. No matter what the owner says. As long as we don't remove the purchase limit, we will. Right. All the words that I want to say against you. I hear you. This thing can hear from the other room, Sao. Of course. What I say can never be done. 2 girls are curious about this initiative of Liu Feng. He points to the map he designed above. Actually, sound is a kind of wave. We just need to be able to pick up 10 of these waves. Eavesdropping will be extremely simple. It seems to be in the other side. He's a very good person. Big waves and strong waves. The girls became confused about this knowledge. Like a 12th grader. Are very depressed about the wavelengths. And later, she found someone to use this intelligence system. Later. This is the ear of the Atlantic Ocean into us. Remember to choose someone you trust. Worthy of trust is good. The best thing is the ability to remember well. It's about 4 to 5 people. And Lee, he said as he turned to the quiet note-taking. Very enthusiastic. I know, it seems. His many words make you angry. Nicolin banging hands down the table. The shivering man naturally tried to shout. It's too obvious that such a good young man. They're working together to deal with it. Missing GIA, then Ra, you are feeling depressed instead of the wind. He hurriedly raised his short finger. She sprayed again. Just keep your voice down. They can hear it too. Excuse me, young master, mostly they're really outrageous. I'm smiling at your words right now. No, 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 no. Even if it's in front of us. No, no. They also have no right to refuse. No, no. Nicolin is starting to be smitten by you again. No, no. Young master is so handsome. That's cool. No. After having just calmed her anger. No, no. I turned around and walked away. Let's go and crush them. To save the wind, to take strong and steady steps. Steel eyes. It's like being able to eat them alive. Give me rest is no less bloody. Go to the door, open the door. God, your striking demeanor. Make the Kier traders flip. Quick laugh. Say welcome to the Lord. People don't need that kind of atmosphere. Everybody sit down. He signaled to everyone to sit down. You're here today. Mainly because of 2 things. One is our long-term drug opening. I want to invite you, extensive knowledge to assess our food. She clapped her hands a few times. The women started bringing food up. Which is a pig. Grilled chicken. All the delicious sorghum sauce is given. They have to be confused again. This is AI also salivating. To become a master. Dear guests, please taste it with everyone. Smiling, he raised his hand to invite everyone. You can pick up a piece of food before it tastes bad. Completely unequal workmanship of Nicolini. I don't know if I can shake my family. I'm still worried. Bad food won't attract the traders. But who would have expected this thought to seem superfluous to me? You ate all my chicken legs. That's good. It's better than food in the capital. We've got to let the junkies in the royal capital come here. Let's see if they dare to be arrogant. I have to come here to eat every day. The traders fight over each other, devouring. Okay, I think a lot. I told the guy with the knife to go. Use unsanitary hands. All right, young man. These 2 oligarchs are plotting. Enthusiastic cooperation. But when it comes to food, they're kind of fighting for it. Purple shirt name, laughing pleasure. To become a master. We've eaten the American food for a long time. I dare to fight in this kingdom. There is nothing that can be done better than drugs. He was happy to rush into exile. The owner said there were 2 things he didn't know. The second thing is here. They also quickly asked about it. It's a buy limit order, of course. You're interested. The wind poked at their itchy spot. To become a master. Purple shirt name should raise your hand. Happy to be doubled. But the person in charge of the big market is not me. Taker's secretary. She's the lady standing next to me. You can tell her whatever you want. I just said I want to give you peace of mind. An animal's business is for an animal. What does the owner mean? The traders began to complain about their lack of security. She banged her hands under the table in anger. Who despises me? Haftin, I permanently ordered not to cancel the buy limit order. No. No, 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 lady. We implore you to remove the buy limit order. They change their faces and put their tails in. I dare not touch you anymore. I ask the people. Because SAO wants to break the buy limit order. Because of our purchasing power. Stronger than ordinary people. We buy a lot. Of course, the owner earns a lot. The old man was right. It's the right thing for everyone to do. Right, the purple shirt started to express his feelings. That's great, right? The surrounding guys also rushed in. It's the right thing for everyone to do. But why do I see? You're watching our young family. Spending money like trash. They re-energized by them. Dear lady, this is your question. The traders are silent. Trading in the big market. Which is a kind of benefit of my young master. Create for the people. That's why the price is so low. Say Feng laughed softly, but you're raising prices and destroying the market. Actually, it's good not to order your arrest. But you're still digging. Want us to remove the restraints. You say it out loud, straight to your face, Kier. It makes them confused. Ladies, don't be so serious. Everyone, I just want to work with the owner. People say, if it's true. My family loves to cooperate. But I don't want to work with small businesses. Small business, poor eye. Collaboration only costs no effort. She stared at the purple guy and said, the lady is right. Don't worry. The people sitting here are not small merchants. That's right, lady. I spent 10 yuans. I bought an invitation from the owner. Small merchants can withdraw the amount of 10 currency SAO. They are so happy. But I still feel that you're poor. She sighed sarcastically at them. Lady, what do you mean? The name of the dark purple shirt, don't get me wrong. I'm not targeting you. I mean, every guest sitting here. Compared to the young master, I am a small merchant. Types that are very small. It's very small. The more you provoke them. These guys are also showing their faces. Clenched his teeth too. My son escaped me to this country. I also have to be afraid. So is he. Everyone was amazed at the words of the Lord. AI as well as lightning strikes across the worried ear. In the Forbidden Mountains. Where the snow covers the mountains, at the foot of the mountain is the autumn forest. With flying birds rustling. The army that led Via home is almost there. There are a lot of threats along the way. It makes me cry. The wild bear threatened to eat, but was also hit in the head by a weapon-wielding Mina. Protect you. She also pulled out her tongue with a knife. Think back to what happened. You feel like you're useless. As soon as you stop, your stomach starts screaming. Looks like this kid is hungry. Let's take a break and eat some food and then go. American LAN worried for her because I was afraid to shake my head. No need. I can still go beauty salon. It can't cause more trouble for people. That's what drastic action is, but the stomach is not allowed to just call guilty. Mina laughed at her cuteness. I'm really sorry. I'm eating something. To avoid causing more embarrassment to people. You also agree to eat. And then everyone stopped at the bottom of the cliff. Everyone a handful of rice lamb just ate while watching the scenery. I'll give you 2 pieces of cake. Eat this. Eat this with good fish. What is this? Because I'm curious. It's actually called a compression cookie. A little food is enough, but there is no taste. It's a little better to eat with fish like this. She put the fish pieces together with the guide cake for feeding seams. It's too short. There are so many miracles. I was surprised by the talent of the devil. Of course, young master. Mexico also took advantage of the young master with a proud face. She bowed her head and laughed softly, thoughtful face. Look at the fish on the cake. Mexico, can I ask you a question? Say it. She felt the young master would marry a female beast SAO. Your question startled Mexico. I can't eat the whole country. Oh my God, I am so confused. What are you talking about? She hesitantly stopped her throat. Sorry, it was yesterday when I left the gate. I saw you with the young master. That's why I think so. I don't want to talk anymore, but again, I will stop this Mexican saying and make you open your eyes. What you? He looked back at Mexico as if he couldn't believe his eyes. I said, Mexican, tell me again. The young man will marry a female beast. I'm talking about winning. Happy, smiling face Sao. Ask again for sure. Although young people are very good, but he was still a noble. Human nobles marry a beast. You will be laughed at by others. His face drooped and worried for his teammates. I thought so before. So it's been sad for a while. As the young master told me at that time, I think it's because I wanted to marry a human. I thought back to the words of the day. Liu Feng told me, you feel happy. At that time, I thought the young master was just talking. Not considered real. Results until now. The young master made very false promises. It's not just talk. Even if it's horse bandits. The prosperity of the Atlantic City. The same goes for collecting animals. Not in the eyes of others. But the young master can do everything. I believe the young master will definitely take it. You said you just gave the evidence. Prove that your words will be true. Ria looked at her with admiration. The soldier in the back also blushed. Mexican face naturally flushed. What am I talking about? You seem to be answering too intently. I should forget myself. If there's a hole, you'll dig it deep and go down. No. There's only the two of us. I didn't say get out. Because I guarantee my credibility to you. Captain, have we been forgotten? Just show your face. What else do you want to do? Shut up and eat your paycheck. Why do I eat lemons like this? 3 soldiers sat quietly in the back eating dog rice. Eating and being touched. Long time in drugs. The police are still disrupting the security system. What do you mean, lady? What do you mean? I'm just telling the truth to the guests. You're not afraid of the earth. Provoke them back. I know you're here. At the very least, there are more than 30 gold coins. He said he just came closer. They have 6 wives. We eat fish every day. But do you know? How much is this broccoli plate? She pointed her hand at the broccoli plate on the table and asked, how much is a plate of broccoli worth? The old man picked his nose and asked, this plate of vegetables, each leaf is the softest. Selected from a row of 10 trees. It's worth 65. It's an exorbitant price. The old man couldn't get out of his nose and into his mouth. Everyone else is panicking. I can't believe my eyes. I can see these people seem confused. You keep talking. Here pork price 380. Fish plate in the middle price 700. And the lion's head. They're all the most expensive things in the old priesthood. She pointed straight to the table and said the price of each item. You have to be amazed and terrified. But they also often think, the taste is worth the price. A meal costs 10 SAO banknotes. Even though it's expensive, AI also has to recognize that it's worth it. I know in you guys, there's a person who uses 10 currency to buy an invitation card. It's already a big number for you. But you don't know. 10 yuan is the price one person eats at this table. My husband and I eat it every day. Standard like this. So with some of your money. I also want to work with my son. Dare to claim to be a businessman. Don't make fun of other people. The more you talk, the more you flatter them. Her steady gaze. And they start pulling their tails in. About this way. I look at you with a satisfied face. We can move on to the next stage. I know. Two people use eye language to communicate with each other. Haha. She is a good lady. I hear you say that. We are really small merchants. But add us all together. It can still bring small benefits. Let the Atlantic become. She said if it's true, the purple shirt is stubborn. Let's change the motto of the Atlantic, too. We're out. Later, more and more traders came to the Atlantic City. The person who gets the ultimate benefit, it's not you, and you're the SAO owner. That's right, I know you, and I know you. 5 people are good people. They care about ordinary people. But if there's a lack of trade, it's not good for the Atlantic. They are afraid of being abandoned. Give me some hard evidence to attract. Coax. Actually, I'm telling you the truth. In this case, my brother and I had a solution. It's that we formed our own platoon. Map for another city. I believe that way my family can earn more. She said. The initiative startled them. Eyes mouth, oh horror. Don't be the boss. If there are any conditions tomorrow, say so. Don't form a company. Lord, please raise your hand. Give our little merchant a way to live. The guys around money are worried about their fate. All of them come as guilty. If it is really established, then we don't get a penny. I'm done talking about this. I'm sure the Kier guys didn't anticipate this move. Okay, this is just my way of thinking. But my secretary has a better plan. The wind starts to lead the way, show the way for the little girls. The lady doesn't know what your plan is. Just don't form a company. Even if you don't clear the buy limit order. We also support you. They began to kneel down begging. Instead of self-aggrandizement, very simple to pay customs duties. You put out your plan. Customs duties paid customs duties are SAO. What type to submit? They're all confused about what this tax is. You buy from the Atlantic City. We don't collect taxes, but if you want to ship the quantity over the limit, out of the Atlantic City, we'll have to collect customs duties. Slowly explain it to them. There's also a detailed model that's easy to understand. The more we ship, the more we collect. The boys are starting to turn blue about this. After adding customs duties, our capital hasn't increased much. They're worried they'll be fooled. Don't worry. Customs duties shall be calculated within a reasonable VI. Our products are both cheap and beautiful. Whether more customs duties, you can still earn a lot. Even if I hear you say that. But the little merchants still wagged their faces. But it's so good. Customs not only raise the price of traders, it also prevents them from buying in large quantities. It doesn't affect the indigenous people. It's not just about securing indigenous people's spending. At the same time, create a normal trading path for traders. Finally, you can pay more taxes to the government. It can be said that one arrow hits many targets. Benefit, harm, harm. This father seemed to be an educated man, so he was very. To save the wind. You guys agree with this plan? We had to form our own company. You don't let them think anymore. Force them to the end. Don't. We agree. We agree. They finally obey. So have fun making that decision. Everything has been resolved in peace. The whole hall is going to be a mess. The wind looks toward safety. You shiver out the door. She suddenly jumped up in delight. That's great. I did it, young master. See? See, the traders were tricked by our plan. Stupid, I saw it. I see. This is all the work of an angel. He rubbed her head and praised this child. 2 people are scared to remember something. Go back to one side. This is what the two of us did. There's nothing that can't be done. Right, right. And then all three of them walked out of the box for a long time. They came back with happy faces. Hold your head up to the sky. Reach out to all the people in Sozo. Was a merchant from the royal capital. Something to discuss with you. From a distance to lead his son to the city with exile. It doesn't take much of your time. Good, I have a business to give you. It seems like the wind has known him for a long time. I've been targeting you for a long time, so I said that. It makes you startle. Then you take him, Theo. Follow me. Thank you for being my master. Already said. The two of you greeted each other briefly. As if we knew each other before. The joy of walking to discuss public affairs. In the south and north of the city. The sound of horses galloping on the road. The sky is clear and blue. Thin bands of clouds like scarves squeezed across the sky. The trees began to change their leaves, dressed in a bright yellow. It's like a lacquer painting of a talented painter. The chariot carrying people passed by. Oh, this chariot. It's too fast. The voice of a boy in the car boomed. He's probably about 90 years old and has orange eyes. Blonde hair. Wearing a green and yellow striped shirt. Sitting by the window. There is also wind in the car. Safe and a mature man. Have brown hair. He was watching the boy. The speed was as fast as, so that sitting back is not swayed too high. The boy picked himself up and fell back into his chair. Try your ass. My mouth is ringing with delight. I can see that with a small smile. She said, show understanding. Of course. This chariot is built in a special way. Equipped with high-grade shock absorber. The whole world, there's only one of our young master's children. First time hearing the shock absorber. The boy was excited. Shock absorber, that is. The old man sitting next to me continued. No tiger is a tiger, the good Lord in the north. It's a lot to count. And then he laughed, ha 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 ha. His arm bled on the boy. He wanted the boy not to ask. The boy had blood on him, and his face turned grim. Uncomfortable at this time to speak up. As far as I know, Mr. Ru is a big trader. Across the North and South Kingdoms. It's probably because of these good things, right? The man was quite surprised. Before the wisdom of the wind. He put his hand to his chest and bowed his head. Mr. Min. Sei Feng said again. So Ro, biology knows a lot. Of course, I want to cooperate. The man was delighted. So the business you want to talk to me about is? The woman did not answer the man immediately. I look out the window. The horse is still going fast. You'll know later. Liu Feng Tong. It's finally here. The carriage stopped in front of the factory. The Lord came, and there was a loud voice. Through the big house the boy came with. The man exclaimed. What's the big house? This is a welfare factory. So, Mr. Du, please come here. Send out your hands politely. Invite the man to come in. The path is open. It's open. The man replied. Just opened the door and walked in. The man was overwhelmed by the large room. It's full of things that people want to do. Sirloin, sirloin. This is the business I want to talk to you about. The man only knows how to watch. Look at what's in front of you. Marveling in amazement. Blonde boy with the man. Then run back and forth. No less surprised than my father. The boy shouted. Father, come see how much fabric there is. He turned to Eli and asked, "How many rolls of cloth is Eli here?" Ellie was put in charge. "Take a notebook out of your sleeve and read it. There are 400 rolls of subgrade cloth in stock now. 200 rolls of inferior fabric, 20 rolls of inferior fabric." "Ooh," so blonde boy screams. All four went inside, walking among the wooden shelves. Ceiling, it's filled with rolls of fabric in all kinds of colors. Ask Eli again. "What is the daily output now?" Lower fabric is 40 rolls. The inferior fabric is 20 rolls of the intermediate fabric is. Eli hasn't finished yet. Blonde boy Zoro has Chen peer-to-peer. 1 meter must be 30 pieces of silver. 1 roll length 30 meters a day can produce 60 rolls. 11 days is 50 silver. 2 days is 1 gold. Subtract material fee, labor fee, packing fee. Shipping charges, lining charges 4. He said the boy was thinking. "Look out, very proficient." When he finished, the boy turned to his father and said, "Father, that's 100 gold coins a year." Before the boy's quick wit. Save wind, happy praise. Of course, no tiger is the son of a kingdom merchant. The boy was praised by the owner of the Atlantic City. Your eyes light up happiness. Only Eli was upset with the boy's ingenuity. "Yes, son of a bitch," the judge said. The merchant man kept quiet. "Since I walked into the room. Speak up now." But Mr. Liu Feng has to work by hand. Time-consuming energy. Where does so much output come from? He wondered. Ellie saw that Soju meant such a clever question. She replied bluntly, "This is the secret of our Atlantic City." "How can I tell you?" The girl seemed nervous and laughed. "Watch a little bit." When I finished, I took a glance at Eli. Looks like she's pissed off again. Go ahead and lead the way. Eli girl angry face follow. 2 father and son of Sozo merchants followed them. Walking on the road, young blonde boy, merchant's son, suddenly naughty jerking clothes. The girl turned around and thought something was wrong. But no, he teased Eli. "You do the trick of putting your hands up and your eyes down. Mouth in brackets, in brackets, in brackets. If you are angry, don't let this kid get away with you." Ellie was even more angry. Girl frowns, yelling. Maybe it's because he's the son of a kingdom merchant. Coming to the table. Business with the Atlantic City. There is nothing that can be done. It can ruin the cooperation of both sides. So Eli just kept quiet. They led them to a house. Step inside. The ordinary man stood still. In front of a strange object. He hesitated. This is. Ellie thought of the opportunity to introduce Shao now. She speaks badly. I don't know, right? This is what Ellie is recommending for Sozo. Something that made him wonder. Before he finished speaking, the boy, Sozo Chen, came in. That's used to weave fabric, right? Ellie lost interest. I'm getting angry. The boy runs right to the machine. Quickly ask, how to use this? Eli was so angry that he couldn't do anything about the stomach aesthetic. This son of a bitch. Suddenly, he spoke to Eli. Eli, she said, show them something small. Eli replied. Eli walked to the machine. One hand lifted up the blonde boy who was there. Said coldly, to the keyer side. It is time for Ellie to show off. Ellie sat in her chair and put her hands on the loom. Think about how I am. Eli suddenly sped up. The girl's hands fluttered on the loom. Makes the shuttles go back and forth very sensitive. Come on, come on. A piece of white cloth that has been woven. Ellie lifted the cloth on her hands and spoke proudly. It's done. It's easy. She held the cloth out in front of the solo trader and asked, "How to?" Before he could answer, his son spoke up. "My sister is so good." The boy looked at Ellie with admiring eyes. From the time until now, the cunning boy repeatedly annoyed Eli. This time the boy recited Eli. She was surprised by the boy's behavior. A little stunned, the girl turned her face to hide her feelings, mouth as if not interested, spoiling this trifle. But Ellie's anger soon subsided. This kid's not very hateful either. Ellie, the owner of the salon, asked Eli, "Ever the production ability of inferior fabric can be raised? The 100 roles have started training the new hires, waiting for them to go into production. Output is a small thing." Eli replied confidently. The merchant followed and was heard in his ears. "Witness with my own eyes what the owners of the Atlantic City have been doing. In my heart, I am very impressed." He thought to himself, "What kind of god is this owner?" The old man asked the man, "Sirloin, sirloin, you see the fabric that's made out of these looms? How two-hand lifting cloth on hand." The man says out his feelings. "Very delicate, very soft, absolutely superior quality. It's the kind of cloth that noble merchants used to wear." Ellie heard Solo comment and laughed happily. She spoke up to explain. "Mr. Syrup cloth that the young master made raw has 6 types. Super, superior, 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 superior. Inferior, inferior. It's just a low-grade cloth. There is also a lower-level cloth here. People in the city wear it." Turns out that's why Ellie was smiling like that. After listening to the speech, the words A and O are spoken. It's amazing. This is just low. So high class, high class. He dropped the sentence. It must be hard to imagine raw. My hands on the lower cloth. He hesitated to continue. Don't tell nobles the king will like it. If you ask me that now, let me do it. You suggested I have a product you sell. I think you know very well. Is my product worth it or not? I have just heard the offer of the Lord. The man secretly calculated. It's not just 100 gold. This is a 1-year business of at least 1,000 gold. A man doesn't need to think long before a fat meal. He replied to the exile. To become the owner of the bucket, de sincerely cooperate. To express the will. In terms of profit, I only need 1%. Sozo merchant puts his fist to his chest. Demonstrate a commitment to integrity. Please be master. Trust the power of our trading team. Towards the wind. After listening to the show, the trader claims to get only 1% profit. Again committed to sincere cooperation, I think. I thought he wanted a 3% profit. This Soiwa is even more assertive in the imagination. Before anyone spoke, the boy. The merchant suddenly shouted. I've decided. After that, he is my brother-in-law. The boy said. His eyes are very steady. Doesn't seem to be joking. After the boy's words, it's a funny sight. And Eli was completely taken aback. The face doesn't understand. And the boy's father, Soju, hurried back to his son. Coax me not to say anything. He turned to the wind. But you do have a daughter. Song Quan Martial Arts.